everybody? Cinema Sickness here with your daily sickness video, and as always, hope you guys are having a fantastic day. And like I said, we are getting back into the swing of things now that I am back from Walt Disney World, and since I am back, I have been feeding a little bit for some cinema hunting, but wanting to go out, see what is available. I really want to get out to Jake's Flea Market this weekend, but unfortunately it might rain on Sunday, and if that is the case, obviously I won't be going to Jake's, and I'll be kind of bummed about that. So again, I've been feeding, but really wanting to go out and do a bit of cinema hunting, so I figured at the very least, I'm going to go out and hit up my local Goodwill, the Goodwill here in my hometown, see what they have to offer. Haven't been out there maybe like 2 or 3 weeks, so definitely wanted to hit them up, and hopefully they had some good finds. So of course, brought the camera along with me, so let's go do some hunting. Well, alright guys, here we are back at my local Goodwill, and it certainly does feel good to be back home hunting at my local stores while they still exist. The store's actually moving a few towns over, so while it is still here, definitely had to hit it up, and right off the bat, coming across a boatload of DVDs on a table that's normally full of VHS. This was a really cool sight. And look at all these 3 Ninja releases. That's awesome. Movies I already own, so I did not need to grab those, but not something I see out in the wild too often. So that was a really cool sight. And then we got some more ninjas here with Surf Ninjas. Kind of have this love-hate relationship with this movie. A good movie, but unfortunately an ex-girlfriend of mine who I dated for a good long time actually met the youngest member of that film and cheated on me with him. So kind of a weird story there, but still a good movie. And then we have some Tigger and Pooh, and surprisingly the disc in decent condition. Really surprised about that. Those are usually completely destroyed by children. That was in good shape, so very interested in picking that up, especially for only $2. And pretty much everything else on this table I already had and just didn't need to grab, including this Tom and Jerry Spotlight Collection Volume 3 set. Very cool find right there. Again, not something I see out in the wild too often, but it is something I already own and do not need. So a lot of cool comedy sets and The Office and all kinds of awesome stuff like that. But again, stuff I either already have or just don't need to pick up. That's a cool release right there, but again, already have it. And they did some Sopranos here. They had this really cool VHS box set for $5. That was pretty neat, but I did pass on that. But what I certainly wasn't going to pass on was the 4th season, brand new, factory sealed on DVD for only $3. Look at that. Awesome, amazing find. That I wasn't going to pass on. That was really cool. That had to come home with me. And then onto the racks here, we have things like Teen Wolf and the Teen Wolf 2 double feature set. That's amazing. Don't see that too often out in the wild either, but I already have it. And then some cool season sets of things like South Park, and they got Dexter, there's some 24, and Family Guy, and they got things like The Tudors. Awesome sets. Surprisingly marked a little high, though. They were marked around $7 a piece. It seems like all my Goodwills have been jacking up their prices a little bit, so $7, a little too expensive in my opinion. I know some of you, that's probably cheap for your Goodwills, but for my local Goodwills, $7 for a season set is a little much. Not usually the price they are. They usually maybe like $5 or less. So I would have passed pretty much on all those, but this I would have grabbed. This Iron Man set right here. This was really cool. Very interested in that. Unfortunately, disc 1, 2, and 3 were in great condition, but disc number 4 was scratched horribly. I even checked it twice to make sure my eyes weren't playing tricks on me. And yes, disc 1, 2, and 3, great shape. Disc 4, destroyed. So unfortunately, I did have to pass on that. And then some more seasons of Dexter, but I already have the entire series, did not need that. And the one and only Blu-ray in here, that was cool. Actually, brand new factory seal, but didn't need it, so I did pass on that. And then we got some more Winnie the Pooh. Awesome find, but again, already have it. So now on to all the CDs. As you guys know, I've been adding tons of CDs recently to my collection. Something new I started collecting. I used to have a big CD collection back in the day, but sold them all off, and now I'm back into collecting them. So I had to look through here, and surprisingly, a decent amount of music. A lot of Disney stuff too, which is really cool. Apparently they had just restocked because all these stands were pretty much completely full of CDs, and there were definitely some good finds in here, some stuff I was very excited about, and these were all $2 a piece, so a great price. So did I pick anything up? Yes, I did. Found 5 CDs right here I definitely wanted to grab, and again at $2 a piece, had to pick up those. And then some awesome VHS. Look at this really cool Garbage Pail Kids movie release right here. Look at that artwork. It's beautiful, but it's also unfortunately destroyed. So had that been in better condition, I definitely would have grabbed that for the artwork alone, but had to pass on it. And this New Adventures of Pinocchio here, I passed on that as well. Maybe I shouldn't have, I don't know. But this I definitely grabbed. This Johnny Appleseed, Paul Bunyan double feature. I already have another one of those releases, and they're awesome, so definitely going to pick that up. And then, as I always say, check the green bins, and these were actually empty. Nothing in these, so obviously wasn't picking anything up out of those bins today. But this was neat, this Star Trek poster. Very cool. I had no need for it, though. Nowhere to hang it up, so I left it for somebody else. But just something really cool to come across, and it was brand new. That was pretty awesome. And then back to what is now their completely non-existent electronics section. Nothing I need to grab, but this caught my eye. This is a Mickey Mouse and Friends photo album, which is actually brand new, factory sealed. It was only $1. The wife actually was just asking about one of these and picked it up for her, so she'll be pretty happy about that. And then, of course, looking through all of the black t-shirts like my soul. And this was cool. You Stay Classy, San Diego. Awesome Anchorman shirts. Unfortunately, it did not fit me, so I had to pass on that. So there you go, guys. That was my trip out to my local Goodwill. So let's take a look at everything I picked up. Well, alright guys, there you go. That was my trip out to my local Goodwill, and it looks like they've recently restocked, which is awesome. That's always the best time to hit up Goodwill, right after they've restocked their shelves. All those DVDs, which is really cool, on that table that is normally full of VHS, so who knows where all the VHS that were on that table went, who knows. But still cool to see all those DVDs on it now. I'm hoping they get more of those in. All the CDs have recently been restocked, so very cool. The bins in back, those green bins in back, are completely empty, meaning everything that was in those bins is now out on the floor. So again, they've just recently restocked, and that was great, and I found some awesome finds. So let's take a look at what I picked up. First thing we'll take a look at here are the 5 CDs I grabbed, all for $1.97 a piece. So first thing I picked up was The Sundays, Blind. Very cool. This band's amazing. Kind of, I don't want to necessarily say like grunge, but they're in that like early 90s rock sort of like genre of music, and I am a big fan. I did not have this CD yet. I have like 2 of the other CDs. I didn't have this one yet. In fact, I'm not even sure if I recognize any of the music on here. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. I don't know. I'm going to listen to this, but still very cool. The Sundays are a fantastic band, so definitely had to jump on that. Then I picked up Texas Is the Reason, Do You Know Who You Are? Now, this is a band I've heard of, but I've never actually heard any of their music before. I simply grabbed it just on the name alone. I know they're kind of big in like the modern punk scene, which is kind of iffy as to whether or not that means it's going to be good or not, since I'm not the biggest fan of that scene these days. But I know they're kind of big in that. So I know they're kind of like a sort of like emo-y punk, like pop punk sort of band, I guess. But I popped this in, and I wasn't really all that big of a fan. I don't know how this band gets called emo or like pop punk. They didn't really sound very emo-y or pop punky to me at all. I don't really know. This is just kind of, I was just kind of iffy on this. I wasn't the biggest fan, actually. So I don't know. I'm going to listen to it a few more times, and maybe my thoughts will change. But as of right now, I wasn't really feeling this one. It was just kind of okay, and I didn't really enjoy the sound too much. So it is what it is. $2. This was amazing. No, this is a really good punk band. This is a punk band that was big when I was in the punk scene, and that is Lagwagon. Let's talk about Leftovers. Lagwagon is an amazing punk band. Absolutely fantastic. Again, really big in the punk scene when I was growing up and when I was in the punk scene back in, God, what, late 90s? Or I'd say late 90s. I don't even think early 2000s. I was kind of getting out of the punk scene. So listening to punk music, but not really in the scene anymore. But yeah, kind of like mid to late 90s, this band was huge in the punk scene, and they're fantastic, and they're amazing, and I love it. So definitely had to grab some Lagwagon here. This is a really cool find. I was pretty blown away by that. And then some Disney here. This is really cool. I didn't even knew this existed. We have Disney Princess Collection Volume 2. I already have Volume 1. Again, I didn't even know there was a Volume 2, so this is awesome. That was a really cool find right there. Music from Hercules, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin and the King of Thieves. That's cool. Songs from the Sea, Robin Hood, Mulan, Little Mermaid, Return of Jafar. Cool. Beauty and the Beast, the Broadway musical. That's interesting. Sleeping Beauty and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. That is awesome. Again, I didn't even know Volume 2 existed. So really cool to come across that. Had to grab it. And then this is amazing. This is a really cool find. This is a Little Mermaid 2 Return to the Sea soundtrack. Not something I have, and not something I thought I'd really ever come across. This is kind of a more obscure Disney soundtrack. So very awesome. 8 songs right there from the movie. It's an okay movie. So really cool. This is, again, just an amazing find, and not something I ever come across, because it is such a kind of obscure soundtrack. I mean, how many people out there were like, I got to get the Little Mermaid 2 soundtrack? I don't think many people were as excited about that as they were, the original soundtrack. So very awesome. Very cool. $2. Awesome find. All right, and then you saw me pick up The Sopranos, the complete 4th season for only $2.99. then they're $2.97. Brand new, factory sealed, such a cool find. I've been wanting to really get into The Sopranos. Sopranos was a show I never watched. I remember when the show was on. I think my parents even had HBO back then, and I still didn't watch it. Just, I don't know, it just didn't really catch my interest. All I knew was that the daughter in the show was super hot, and that was about as far as my interest in the show went. So I never really watched it, but over the years, I still hear great things about the show even to this day. And it's a show I thought I should probably get into this and check it out and see what the show's all about, see what the buzz is all about, and actually finally get around to watching it. So I'm gonna start picking up the seasons of this when I come across them for a good price. And I would say brand new factory sealed season 4 for only $3 is a good price. Now, of course, I got to be on the lookout for all the rest of the seasons, but for now, this is really cool and a good start to my Sopranos collection. So awesome find. And then I grabbed Tigger and Pooh, Tigger and Pooh and a Musical 2. Full-length movie from my friends Tigger and Pooh. This is a really cool find because it was only $2, and the disc is surprisingly in really good shape. There are a few very slight scratches on this, and you guys know me, I don't usually buy discs with any scratches on them whatsoever. Even the slightest little finest scratches is a no-go for me. I pass on it, but in this case, I bought it because you don't come across stuff like this very often in good shape. These normally get destroyed by children. All the kids the mommies and daddies buy these for take these discs and destroy them. So when you come across one that looks like it's going to play completely fine and just these super slight, tiny little scratches, for only $2, you buy it. So, of course, I'll be on the lookout for a better copy of this. If I ever come across another copy that's in perfect condition or it's brand new or something like that, I'm going to pick it up. But for now, I'm perfectly fine having this. $2. Awesome find. Definitely had to grab that. And something Cinema Sickness Jr. and I can watch together, which is really cool. And then this was great. This is a children's video playground release of Johnny Appleseed and Paul Bunyan on VHS here. I have another one of these. It's, I think it's like Jack-O-Lantern and then something else. I forget what the other one is. But it's a really cool release. I've watched it. It was awesome. Really enjoyed it. Great stories. Great animation. Again, really enjoyed the other one I have. So when I came across this, definitely had to pick it up to add to the collection. So another one of these. I don't know how many of these that were put out, but I'm definitely interested in finding that out and getting them all someday. That'd be really cool. So this is great. Again, Johnny Appleseed, Paul Bunyan. Really cool release right here. Again, I love the other one. Can't wait to watch this one. Awesome. This was only $1. Great find. So there you go, guys. That was everything I picked up for my trip out to my local Goodwill. It feels good to be back into the swing of things, back cinema hunting. Didn't know how much cinema hunting I was going to be doing this week. Since I had to get some stuff done, get basically caught back up on life since I was away for a few days. But I'm pretty much caught back up now. I'm back into the swing of things. We're going to be going out and doing some more hunting. So, all right, guys, that is it. So like I always say, thank you guys so much for checking this video out. Be sure to hit that like button down below. Also, if you want to see a new video from me every single day, hit that subscribe button and you will get one. And also, if you want to grab yourself a Cinema Sickness t-shirt, hoodie, tank top, hats, buttons, kids gear, baby gear, all kinds of cool Cinema Sickness gear, head over to cinemasickness.spreadshirt.com where you can get yourself some of that. And finally, if you want to support new content, just show your thanks and appreciation, head over to patreon.com/cinemasickness where every tiny little bit helps and is very much greatly appreciated. So again, that is it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.